Hey guys, welcome to the Gem Junkies team call. My name is Richard Laidler. I am hosting the call tonight. I'm one of 5 hosts for this call. There's myself, there's Felice, there's Michelle, who you can see on the screen right now. There's Jena and Jim. Jim is not with us tonight. He's got a family commitment, but it'll be the 5 of us. We're going to be hosting it at different people hosting it different weeks to keep it so you don't have to look at my ugly mug every week. But we have this meeting every Wednesday, except for the first Wednesday of every month. That may change at some point in the future, but for the moment we're doing 3 of these calls a month. They're Wednesday 8:30, and the purpose of this call is basically to give you a place to come and learn about information, learn about the gems, learn about new products. We're going to learn about new products today, no matter where you are in the country, because we do have meetings here in the DFW area, but we want to make sure that those of you who are up in Chicago, those who are up in New York, over in California, can all get their information as well. Now, obviously, we can't cover everything on this call. So what we're going to do, for those of you who are bringing new people onto this call, we want to make sure they get all their information. So there's a certain part of this call that's going to be the same every week. And that's going to be a basic list of where you can get all the information, where you can get your training, who you call to get your support, and all this type of thing. And we're going to have Jena, who's going to cover that real quick in a second. Once we've done that, then we're going to dedicate most of the call to kind of like a special feature. Tonight, as I say, is we're going to learn about the new uplink product that Michelle and Jena are going to talk about. But in future meetings, we're going to talk about, we're going to have all sorts of different things, different subjects, tips and tricks, how to use the gems, how to use these new products, maybe some testimonials from people who are having success with the product, or some for having success with the affiliate program. So that's all good stuff. The call is being recorded right now. As you can see, there's a camera right here. We're doing it the old-fashioned way for right now because we've got some technical difficulties, but this will do the job. And we'll make sure this gets posted in the file section on our Facebook page. Again, Jena will cover that in a second. I also want to say that we're not royalty corporate. We're just a bunch of people just like you. We're doing this to help. We're not obviously getting any kind of compensation for this, so be nice to us. We try very hard. We're doing this as a service to everybody. We want to make sure all the new people get to learn where to find out about information and this type of thing, so that's why we do this. There's also, although I don't probably need to talk about that on this one, but if you have any questions, then you can just post your questions on the chat and we'll cover that in this particular call. But for right now, I want to hand over to Jena to cover the standard piece that we're going to do every week. And it's going to basically just be where you can find all the resources to do what you want to do. Everything from setting up the gems and getting support and this type of thing. So I'm going to introduce Jena Perkins on the call. Jena, are you there, my lovely?
I am. Let me go ahead and share my screen for you.
Can you point the camera down just a little bit so we can see a little bit more of you and a little bit? There you go. Perfect.
How's that? Perfect. And are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Beautiful. So the first part of the meeting, we're actually going to talk about some resource information. As Richard said, this is for our Gem Junkies group. I don't want you to worry about taking notes on this because I'm going to post this information in our file section on our Facebook page. I will show you that in just a moment. For our new customers and our new affiliates, we have the website, which is royalty.com, and we have an email address, support@royalty.com. So if you have any questions, you can certainly send an email. We also have a new phone number. Yay! We haven't had the phone number in the past. We're very excited to be able to actually reach out and touch someone. So we're excited about that. Now, you'll also have training materials via the website at the royalty.com website. Once you sign on as an affiliate, you will have your own website and you'll have your training materials available. Let's talk now about Facebook resources. There are several Facebook pages that you'll want to join. The first one is going to be the Gem Junkies group. That's our page. That's for our team only. You'll notice it's a closed group, which means that we limit the folks who come on. They need to be somehow affiliated with our team. On the left-hand side, you'll see the different links. You'll see down at the bottom where it says files. That's where I'm actually going to place this file. Any other pertinent information we will have in the files section. As you bring affiliates on, make sure that you actually add them to the page, because we want them to have the same benefit that you do of all the knowledge that we're sharing. Two other Facebook pages, the Royalty Affiliate Private Group and the Gem is the Word Affiliate Group. Those are also closed pages, which means that you need to be invited and accepted on there. These are for affiliates throughout Royalty, and you'll learn a lot of really good information as you interact with the other affiliates who are members of these as well. The final Facebook page I want to talk to you about is the Royalty Official site. This is the page where they do the corporate updates. They talk about any new products, incentive programs, competitions. That's all going to be on your Royalty Official Facebook page. So make sure that you're linking to that page as well. Now for training, YouTube has a channel. It's the official Royalty channel. Make sure you go and subscribe to that. On that channel, you're going to find additional training videos, and you'll also find information on using Bitly as a tracking tool. Now, if you don't know what I mean by Bitly, that's okay. There's a video for it, and you can watch that video and get more information. Now, finally, let's talk about some team training and networking opportunities. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you're invited every Sunday to come meet us at La Madeleine in Irving. The La Madeleine is at the corner of MacArthur and Royal Lane. We'd love to have you come join us. We meet every morning, 8:30 for breakfast, and then 9 o'clock the meeting starts. We try to be very timely about the meeting and end by 10 so that we can head off to church as well. That's a great opportunity for us to get together as team members. We share ideas. We talk about things that are working for us. We bounce ideas off each other. We talk about some challenges that we face. It's really a great time to just share knowledge. Then, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to have this Wednesday evening Zoom meeting every Wednesday except the first Wednesday of the month. The meeting is scheduled at 8:30 Standard Time. And be sure and forward this invitation to your team members, because we want to make sure that they are actually aware of this meeting as well. So that's what I have here, Richard. I'm going to hand it back to you. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Okay, cool. Let me just get this going as well, so you can see that it's me. There I am. Okay, we had, I think we had Felice come on. Felice, we're recording this so that we can post this up in the files section that Jena was just telling us about. Thank you very much, Jena. That was awesome. Again, we will be repeating that every week as a resource. So as and when you guys are bringing on your new team members, they can make sure they get all that information. In case you're pretty new yourself, it's always pretty hard to make sure that you've got all the information, so you know that you can use this as a resource to get that information. Okay, well, let's move on to the highlight of this call. As I said, we have our standard stuff. We have our stuff at the very beginning, but then we have a kind of a big section in which we're going to cover the major subjects of the week. And that could be a new product release like it is tonight, or it could be maybe a new promotion that Royalty are doing and we're talking about. Maybe we're talking about some, we'll have someone on who's going to give a testimonial of how they're using the gems or the new product. Or how they're building a great affiliate business and how they're making all the money. And we'll bring them on as special guests. But for tonight, we're going to have a couple of special guests. Actually, a couple of our hosts, but I'll make them feel special by calling them special guests, who are going to talk about this very, very exciting new product launch, which I am extremely excited about. The more I've got to learn about it, the more I understand its real application. So do take the time to listen in to what's going on this. Even if you don't get it first time round, maybe listen to this recording again, because this product Royalty have just launched is a real game changer. It's really setting us ahead of the game in this particular proximity marketing arena. So I'm really excited to hear from the very lovely, the very wonderful, the very beautiful Michelle Shaffer. Michelle, are you there, my lovely?
Thank you so much, Richard. Can you see me?
I can see you, yes.
My fuzzy picture. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit fuzzy.
Yes, you are.
And thank you, Jena. That was awesome. And thank you, Richard. And I just want to say that this is a fantastic new product. We're very excited about it. It's called Uplink. And basically what it is there's two versions of it. One is a brick and mortar, and one is a mobile version. It is going to be what they call MGW, Mobile Guest Wi-Fi. So now, instead of going to a restaurant and signing into their Wi-Fi for free, we are going to be the Wi-Fi providers. People are going to sign into our Wi-Fi, and we are going to capture their information. And, when I first heard this, I was like, that's pretty cool, but I really didn't understand the full brevity of just how fantastic and important this is. And what I wanted to, and what an amazing tool it's going to be for businesses to get leads and capture customer information and build lists. Because every business has to have lists, and every business has to have new customers. And so one of the things I wanted to do is share some statistics that I found that I think really kind of put it all together for me and really made me understand just how important these tools are going to be for us. So I'm going to share my screen. Maybe. All right, so here are the statistics. And again, keep in mind that these mobile devices, we're going to be the providers of the free Wi-Fi, and of course, it's going to be at a very discounted price. Most brick and mortars, or even solopreneurs, are going to pay most brick and mortar are going to pay $150 or $200 a month to offer their customers Wi-Fi, and we're bringing it to them for $29. So I'm just going to go over these statistics real quick, and this is really primarily for brick and mortar. 60% of people can't go out without Wi-Fi for more than a day. I really think that's probably 100% of us, but we'll just say it's 60. 62% of local business customers spend more time in store if Wi-Fi is available. So when we're talking to our customers, absolutely, they want people to spend more time in their store, because when they spend more time in their store, that means they're spending more money. Which is basically, that's where we want them to be. Let me see. Okay. Businesses who offer free Wi-Fi to boost sales numbers have a success rate of 72%. Again, the same point. When you give people Wi-Fi, they're going to stay. First of all, they're going to go to your brick and mortar, and second of all, they're going to stay there and they're going to spend money. 64% of consumers make a restaurant choice based on availability of Wi-Fi services. Right there. Why wouldn't you have uplink in your restaurant? If I'm a pizza shop, if I'm a coffee shop, if I'm any kind of brick and mortar, you absolutely have to have this in your store, because if 64% of the people are going to make a decision where they're going to go based on free Wi-Fi, make it your restaurant or your brick and mortar. 79% of even the least Wi-Fi interested shoppers who are age 45 plus are positively influenced by in-store Wi-Fi availability. So even the group that is not so concerned about going somewhere that has Wi-Fi, they're still influenced by the fact that you have Wi-Fi. And this is the one that really, really brought it home for me. I think this is the one, when we talk about using uplink, gathering customers' information, this is the one that really hit home. 74% of people would be happy for a retailer to send a text or email them with promotions while they're using in-store Wi-Fi. So if I'm a pizza restaurant and I'm using uplink and people are logging into my Wi-Fi, as soon as they log in, it will take them to what we're just going to call where they land, or a landing page. And so if you're a restaurant, you can make that a coupon, or you can make that a promotion. And so that 74% of people who want to receive something, they don't have to wait for a text or an email. It's immediate. It's going to be right there when they open that Wi-Fi, and they can take advantage of it. Okay. 50% of consumers feel comfortable making a large purchase in-store if Wi-Fi access is available. This one really kind of surprised me. I don't know exactly what a large purchase is, but That's still a pretty big number. 50% of the customers are there in the store, but they still want to have Wi-Fi to purchase your item. So that's the statistics. I really thought, when you really think about it, it just shows you how important it is to have free Wi-Fi in your brick and mortar. And I'm just going to go over the, I think I lost my picture. I'm just going to go over the, maybe not. I don't have it. That's okay. I'm going to go over the router. I'm actually going to go through the, how you set it up. Basically, it's just a little router. It's about 5 inches by 5 inches. And it's, the brick and mortar, the store owners don't have to buy anything additional. They don't have to get special software. They don't have to buy a special adapter. All they need to do is hook up into the existing, where is it? They're just going to hook up into the existing Wi-Fi. It's like a LAN cable that they just plug in. They take the power source or the power cord and plug it into the wall, and they're ready to go. $29 a month, and that $29 a month is going to pay them back probably 2, 3, 4, 5-fold of what it's going to cost them. $29 is nothing if you're bringing 2 or 3 or 4 times as many people into your restaurant or into your brick and mortar. So that was, one of the things that we just thought is just a great benefit. Other benefits for brick and mortar people is that, we talked about this. You're building lists, and basically what happens is people come in your store for the free Wi-Fi. You can basically ask for whatever information you want from them. You can ask for their email. You can ask for their Facebook login. You can ask how old they are, what gender they are, whatever information is pertinent to your business. And once they log in, as soon as they log in, that information is immediately sent to your royalty back office, and you are starting to build lists. And that's probably the most powerful benefit of having Uplink is that you're getting lists, and those are the customers that you're targeting. You're not just sending something out randomly to, everywhere and hoping that you hit your customers. Alrighty. So, you know what? I think that's about it. Again, we had talked about, having special promotions. Once you have that list, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. It's really, there's tons of things you can do with it. You can send coupons, you can send promotions, you can do a monthly newsletter, whatever it is to really build customer loyalty. That's another thing. You're building your customer loyalty with these lists. So tons and tons of benefits for brick and mortars. And that was about all I had. Jena, I'm going to turn it over to Jena, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about the mobile uplink. Jena, you there?
I am. And can you go ahead and, there you go.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let me share my screen. Give me just a moment. So can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Beautiful. Michelle talked about the brick and mortars. And
No, we can't see your screen yet. We can't see. You're talking about your PowerPoint screen, right?
Oh, yes, I
Yeah,
am.
I cannot see that yet.
Okay, let me try this again.
There we go. We got it.
Okay, better. Thank you. So Michelle talked about the brick and mortar, and we're familiar with the brick and mortar. All of us have gone to places such as a Panera Bread, a Starbucks, Rocco's Pizza, where they've had the Wi-Fi, so we can sit down and we can do our business presentations. We can check our Facebook. We can do things like that. So that's not anything that's really new to the market. It's new because our cost is great and we have a beautiful benefit. What I want to share with you now is something that is truly new. No one else in the industry has this, and this is what is so mind-boggling to me. This is the mobile guest Wi-Fi. What you see the picture of here is you see the cell phone. Just past the cell phone, excuse me, you see the mobile guest Wi-Fi, the little white box there. That is the mobile Wi-Fi It's it. It fits in your pocket. And the target audience for this particular product is any solopreneur, a network marketer, a realtor, excuse me, anyone who actually does not have a home base where they do business. They're actually out and about doing the business. So the Uplink mobile guest Wi-Fi is something that you take with you on the go. The benefit to having this on the go is just that. Instead of having to go into a restaurant looking for Wi-Fi so you can sit down and contact your customers, you bring the Wi-Fi with you. One of the really cool things about this is, let's say that you're a realtor and you go to the Home and Garden show. You know, Wi-Fi is a premium at places like this. You can sit down and you can offer your Wi-Fi, and it can say, you know, Wi-Fi today offered by Gina Perkins, Century 21 Realty. So whenever they log on to your Wi-Fi, they're going to your landing page, they're seeing information about you. And oh, by the way, they're getting free Wi-Fi, and you're capturing their information. So the benefit to using the mobile Wi-Fi is that you take it with you wherever you go. It's still a wonderful way of doing lead generation because you're still gathering the information from people as they're signing on to your Wi-Fi. So how does this work? It's very simple. You're going to plug your phone into the Wi-Fi. You're going to plug the Wi-Fi into some type of power. Now, if you're on the go and you don't have access to a wall plug, you can use an external power supply, and that's okay. If you're actually at a coffee shop or at your house or whatever, you can plug it into the wall, but it does need to be plugged into some type of external power. Now, the beautiful thing about that is while you have this plugged into an external power and your phone is plugged in, you're actually charging your phone. I think that's kind of a cool little benefit. Now, Uplink does offer speeds of up to 150 megs per second. If you have unlimited data, that's not going to be an issue because you're not going to be impacted by that. They can continue using the data. If you are currently on a limited data plan, there is an option in your back office where you can determine the speed that you want to offer for each person who logs on. So you do have a way to control that. Now, in testing, over 30 simultaneous users were able to log on without issues. So that's good news, I think, that we're able to know that they've had an abundance of users use this and not experience issues. Now, another thing that might come to your mind is security. This was a question that was asked quite a bit when they actually introduced this product. Is this secure? How do I know it's secure? Well, here's the answer to the security thing. You are using your network still. So I'm a T-Mobile person. I'm still using my T-Mobile network. I don't have concern about T-Mobile as it is today. I don't have concern about T-Mobile with my uplink. The folks who are logging on to my free Wi-Fi are logging on to an unsecured network, much like I would at a Panera Bread or any other public place where I go and log on. They're unsecured. The guests know that. There's no expectation of privacy. So you're safe. Your guests have no expectation of privacy. And I think it's really going to be a great way of just gathering more leads. I'm very excited about this. So the next thing I want to show you is our compensation plan. I want to point out the first 3 lines because this is going to look very similar to you. They just introduced a new compensation plan, I think about a month or so ago. So if you haven't seen it yet, here it is. Take a look at line number 2, Credit Club 2. If you have a monthly revenue of $98, guys, that's the 3 gyms, 3 people with 3 gyms. If you have that, you're going to get $50 in credit, so you're getting your gyms free, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, take a look at Credit Club 3, $196. If you have $196 in revenue, you have a $75 credit. If you're already getting your 3 gyms for free, now you can get your uplink, and it's only going to cost you $4 a month. Where else can you get Wi-Fi for $4 a month? So I think that is something really exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting my free uplink once it comes in the mail to me. So that's just a very high level on the compensation plan. Richard, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to you now.
Okay, cool. Can you, if you turn off your screen, then you and I can chat, because I've got a couple of questions for you, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
First of all, I just wanted to kind of make sure we cover the difference, because I had a couple of people say, you know, does this replace the gems? Is it, you know, how does it fit alongside the gems? For those of you who are brand new, obviously you have some knowledge of the gems, but the gem is basically a device that will send out a 40-character message to any Android phone within 100 yards. So it's a marketing tool, a proactive marketing tool. This, however, is an ability to be able to offer, turn your phone, if you are mobile, like you were talking about here, Jena, into a offering Wi-Fi to everybody within a 100-yard radius. And as Michelle was talking about, a bricks and mortar can have that router where it does the same thing, offers free Wi-Fi for people within that particular area. But here's my, so that's the clarification between the two, and how maybe one would, an analogy of how you would explain the difference. Maybe I would use my gem to send out a message, free Wi-Fi here, and that comes up on their phone, and then they can go to the free Wi-Fi that's on their phone. They can select that, and that's where they can see me saying, hi, I'm giving you free Wi-Fi, give me your information, blah, 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 blah. So that's maybe how the two would be different. But here's the question. The gems are Android specific. What's the situation with regard to the uplink device? Is that Android specific, or is it cross-platform?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's one of the beauties about the uplink is it is Wi-Fi. It works on Android. It works on iPhones. It works on computers. It works on your tablets, your Kindle, your iPad. Anything that requires Wi-Fi can have access via uplink. So really, you've just increased the opportunity of getting more and more and more and more leads. Great question.
Yeah, I love that opportunity. I mean, when you think about Amazon, you know, you think about back in the day, 20 years ago, the biggest question people had is, why did Amazon do their business? They're making no money, but they knew at the time that what they were doing was building lists, knowing that the real value in any business is the information, the number of people they have in a database. And this is our own way, or a restaurant's way, or a solopreneur's way of being able to build your own lists so that you can offer them products and this type of thing, which is super interesting. I've got a question for both you and Michelle here. We talked about a bricks and mortar device, and we talked about a mobile device. Is there any price difference in those two units?
Nope. They're both going to be $29 a month as far as we know.
Okay, cool.
Very, very, very affordable for any business.
All right, I got another question here from, I don't know the name, I just got a number here. But it talks about, Jena, this is probably for you, lovely. Will it slow down our Wi-Fi with many people connecting onto the unit?
That's a good question. That goes back to the capacity. If you have an unlimited data plan, it's not going to affect your capacity. If you have a limited data plan, that's when you want to go back and adjust the amount that you're going to allow to go out. But when they were doing this, they had over 30 people at one time on their Wi-Fi with no issues.
Okay, good. Sounds good to me. All right, well, we've got about 10 minutes left before we lose any more of the call. And I think we've got a little bit of time just to talk about, I think it'd be really good to make this really real and maybe talk about the applications a little bit more. If I get any more questions, I'll bring them up. But as I was listening to you guys talking, I really love that idea. If you're a realtor, your job is to, you know, you see realtors, they've got the little badge here all the time, right? Everywhere they go, they're branding, they're networking, this type of thing. What a wonderful application for a realtor to be able to go to a coffee shop that doesn't have Wi-Fi, be able to sit there and then literally offer the Wi-Fi. And as you quite rightly said, you know, Wi-Fi is brought to you by, you know, Jena Perkins from Century 21. That's a fantastic application. But I'm thinking about, what about those other places that probably don't have Wi-Fi they're offering, like a dentist or a hairdresser and this type of thing? They don't offer Wi-Fi because they don't really think about it. Wouldn't it be great if you're sitting there in the waiting room, and what are you doing when you're in the waiting room? And the dentist can offer, you know, a particular, you know, he's selling some products, I'm sure, as indeed the hairdresser is. I don't go into many hairdressers myself, so I'm not sure how many products they offer. But, wouldn't it be great if they could say, free Wi-Fi, blah, 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 blah. And then there's the promoting of the business and a special coupon on a certain hair product or whatever it is. But what I really liked as well, can you confirm this? During the time that they're online, did you say that you can send them a message as well?
I believe that you can. That's something that I would need to look into. I think Michelle was talking about that also with the brick and mortar. But yes, once you receive the information, and I'm sure that's going to be some type of something we'll figure in the back end. Michelle, you can probably hop on that. But yeah, that's one of the great things, because one of the statistics said if I'm in a place that has Wi-Fi, I want to receive something. Was that 74%, right, Michelle?
Yeah. Yep.
So I would think that if I'm offering Wi-Fi and I'm a brick and mortar, let's say, that might be something I look at occasionally. I go into my back office and I say, hey, I just had, Joe Schmo, so let's send him a coupon. Let's send him information about the next time he comes in, he gets $5 off, or he gets a free soda with the purchase, or whatever. But yes, I think that is such a great way of encouraging them to give me their information, because I'm giving them something back in addition to the free Wi-Fi.
I think it's, because usually these types of businesses are so passive. Someone comes in, like I had a Dickie's barbecue restaurant. People would come in, they'd eat my food and leave. Wouldn't it be great to be able to communicate with those people by offering them something for free, but then offering them back a discount and this type of thing? But you know what I was also thinking? Again, this is the little crafty brain of mine. I'm thinking, if I'm a Dickie's barbecue restaurant and I'm offering this free Wi-Fi, the range you were saying, right? I think both of you were saying is 100 yards. Isn't it awesome that I'm offering free Wi-Fi to the restaurant next door, and the restaurant up there, and then the hairdressers over there, offering, maybe I'm promoting an event happening on Friday night. I've got a musician coming in or whatever. 100 yards is a long way when you're in a restaurant, because you got all the neighbors and everything. Is that correct? Am I assuming that that's something that I could do?
You're correct. And let me tell you, the traditional brick and mortar, when you walk in, you say, hey, Richard, do you have Wi-Fi here? And they say yes, and your password is 123. So what that means is only the people who are putting that password in receive this. So only the people walking into your Dickie's barbecue. So by having this, now everyone in the area can now see what Dickie's barbecue is offering.
Mm-hmm.
It's a paradigm shift in the way of looking at offering Wi-Fi. It's
totally proactive. It was in the Minority Report in that movie. I always thought, wow, that's amazing to be able to do that. But I mean, I'm also an ambient energy guy, and I'm always looking for customers. And I know many people who are in apartment complexes can't afford their own internet. So wouldn't it be wonderful if I could have a situation where I can offer free internet to the people, over a lunchtime period or whatever I'm doing, as they get to know about it. And I can offer that service to all the people in the apartment complexes and say, hi, I'm Richard. You got free Wi-Fi, but also, I can help you save money on your electricity bill and this type of thing. And even if they're not ready there and then, I'm picking up their information. I'm building that list, right? I'm right? Yeah. That's awesome. We've got about 3 minutes left, and I've kind of I just wanted to see if you guys had anything else you wanted to add from an application standpoint, or things that have come up in your mind. Anything you had to add, as Michelle? I think she's fallen asleep.
No, I think I pretty much covered it. Like I said, it was I was so glad to go over, and I'm so glad Felice invited me to go over the statistics, because like I said, I just really think that brought it all home that people put so much of their decision making and their spending with Wi-Fi. It's so closely related with Wi-Fi, and so that just kind of brought the whole thing home to me, that not only that, but then you get to capture all their information. So it's just such an amazing benefit to any business, and especially small businesses, because the traditional cost to give your customers Wi-Fi is between $150 and $200 a month.
Yeah.
And most businesses don't, like your Dickie's barbecue, you probably just didn't want to spend that. You didn't think it was worth it.
Right. Exactly.
So if you can do it for $29, it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, we've got about like 1 or 2 minutes left. Did you have a quick 20 seconds thing to say at all, Gina, or are we good to go, do you think?
Let me say one final thing, because we're on this to make money. I mean, this is a business for us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to earn commission on selling the uplink, then you've got to have the uplink yourself. So if you're on the fence, invest the $29 in your business. It is worth it, and work to get it free. But you need to have the uplink yourself in order to make the commission on your customers who purchase it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Back to you.
Yeah, if you're bringing on new affiliates, the first job you should be doing is to make sure they're getting their gems, and now the uplink for free. I completely agree. All right, with that being said, we're coming down to the last minute or so. Guys, thank you very much for investing so much time and getting all this information together. Again, we do it as a service to our fellow affiliates, and we're not getting paid for this. We're doing it out of love. And Michelle, thank you very much, and Gina, thank you very much. We're going to be, as hosts, we're going to be here every week, except the first week of every month. We also, again, we have our meeting on Sunday mornings for those of you in the DFW area. Everything is always going to get posted on the Gem Junkies Facebook page, so keep your eye on that Facebook page. Guys, thank you so much for getting on the call tonight. Again, Gina, thank you very much. Michelle, thank you very much. And I will make sure that this recording gets to someone so we can post it up on the files section in our Facebook page. Guys, good night. Thank you very much. And look forward to seeing everybody next week.
Good night.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye now.